Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Alright, so as you can tell from the title, I'm going to be doing a pros and cons on rook piercings. Now, this wasn't a video of mine that I planned to do, but one of you guys requested me to do it, so I love doing the videos you guys want me to do, so I have no problem doing this video. So I'm just gonna get started, and I'm gonna start with the pros. Alright, so my first pro is that the rook piercing is mainly out of the way. Since it is in your inner part of your ear as opposed to the outer part of your ear, like here, it's in there, not here, it's mainly out of the way. Alright, my next pro is that it can be easily hidden. Since it's not piercing that's on your outer part of your ears, like I said before, it's on the inner part of your ear, it can be easily hidden. And so that's good if you are working in a job or your career, what have you, where you cannot have piercings. That's really good because it can just be hidden, and you can also put in like retainers and stuff for it that will be clear, and so that will just even further hide it if that's what you want to do. Alright, pro number 3, they're very stylish. I think that rook piercings are so cute and they're just like dainty in my opinion, and they're just very stylish. Alright, pro number 4, there's lots of jewelry options for it. Now, the jewelry I have in mind is pretty basic, I'm not gonna lie, but that's what I like. I just like a simple look to it, I guess. But I have seen so many other jewelry options. I've seen curved barbells that have flowers, like the tops have flowers. I've seen one that was like an arrow, which is really cute. I see one that's like a little paw print, which I really do want that one because that one's like really cute. I love cats, so yeah. But then you guys can also put in captive bead rings or CBRs. Once the piercing is more fully healed, and CBRs have lots of options in their own right anyway. So you can get like colored CBRs, and then the balls to close the CBRs, you can get them with like really fancy jewels and just all sorts of things. So I think the jewelry options for this kind of piercing are definitely very endless. Alright, and my last pro number 5. Some people say that getting your rook pierced can relieve stress. Now, that's not necessarily true for me, but this whole idea kind of ties into how people say getting your daith pierced, or doth, however you want to pronounce that, getting that pierced can relieve migraines. Now, that is something I'm very interested in because for those of you who don't know, I suffer from migraines. I will get migraines like so often, and sometimes I will get them for a week straight, and I can't do anything for that week because I'm just dead pretty much. But yeah. So that's really interesting. So if you are a very stressed out person, you might want to look into this piercing because it's a pretty, like I said before, you can hide that piercing. So it's, if your job is more strict on body modifications, piercings, then, you can still probably get this piercing, but just hide it more and maybe relieve some stress. Alright, and now on to the cons. Con number 1 is that this piercing involves cartilage, duh. But piercings that involve cartilage do tend to take a little bit longer to heal. Now, everyone is different, every body is different, so some people can heal a lot faster when it comes to cartilage, but me personally, I am very slow when it comes to healing cartilage piercings. I'm definitely on the longer side of that. Typically, piercers will say 6 to 12 months, and that's kind of like a standard time for piercings to heal. But a lot of times when it comes to cartilage, it's more like 12 months to 18 months, and I definitely fit into that. But I don't think a healing time should deter you one way or another on getting a piercing. I think if you want the piercing, then you should probably just do it. Alright, and con number 2, this one is a little bit more serious, and that is infections can be more prone to happen with this kind of piercing or any kind of ear piercing. And that's because, we have earbuds, headphones, all that kind of stuff, hats even. And those kinds of things really carry a lot of germs and bacteria. And I know personally, when I first got my tragus pierced on this side, I was really young. Well, not really young. I was 16. I was 16 and I really didn't know any better. And I put in earbuds all the time. That was my thing. And that piercing got really irritated and everything like that. So I think, just be smart and maybe change it up where you talk on the phone. Don't talk on that ear if that's where you get it pierced, talk on the other one. You guys get what I'm saying. Okay, and con number 3, and this one is one that I struggle with so much, and that is it's an awkward place to do sea salt soaks on. Now, if you're like me and you get a drop of water into your ear, that's it. You cannot get it out on your own. For me, I just have very weird ear canals, I guess you could say. When I was younger, I'd always be in the doctor for ear infections, clogged ears, ruptured eardrum at one point. It's a mess. But yeah, so I do have to be really careful with water in my ears and everything like that. And so it's really frustrating because this is not a location that you can just do a shot glass sea salt soak on, you know, where you just suction the shot glass to your ear. You cannot do that because it's not a flat area, so there's no suction that really can occur. So that can be frustrating, and the only thing I found that's worked is I take like one of those dry measuring cups, and I probably take like it's like a 1/4 cup or 1/2 cup, something like that, and I just have to submerge my whole ear like that, just being very careful not to get, you know, water into my ear. But if you guys have a better way of doing that, let me know. Alright, and con number 4 is that getting this piercing initially can be really painful because of the thickness of the cartilage. Now, everybody is different, so some people may have thicker cartilage there, even to the point where they can't get it pierced. And then, you know, some people have thinner cartilage, so it may not hurt as much. But I feel like for me, like, I have pretty thick cartilage there, and just keep in mind everybody's like pain tolerance and stuff like that is different. But for me, it did hurt decently. It wasn't like excruciating where I like couldn't move on with my life. But if pain is something you are worried about, just keep in mind that it can hurt a little bit more than other piercings. But really that shouldn't deter you from getting it. I always think if you educate yourself on a piercing and you really want it and it's not going to affect your work or your career or anything like that, then go for it, as long as you go to a reputable professional piercer. Alright, and my last con is that it can cause problems sleeping. Now, obviously, because it's on your ear, you have to be careful when you roll over and all that kind of stuff. I've said this before in like a lot of my videos, but when I sleep, I'm like a rotisserie chicken. I move around so incredibly much. It's ridiculous, and I sleep on like all sides. So I really do have to be careful. And I know a lot of people sleep on their sides too, so just try to sleep on an opposite side or on your back. You know, just somewhere where that piercing isn't gonna get like smushed and moved around and all that kind of stuff. Alright guys, but that is it for my video. That's all I have to say. Hopefully this video was helpful for you guys, and you know, just keep in mind if you really want a piercing and you educate yourself and you go to a piercer, your anatomy allows it, you should go for it, really. But that's just my opinion. But if you guys want to check out any of my other piercing related videos, check the down bar, and I have a link to my piercing video playlist, and obviously that just has all my piercing related videos in it. If you want to follow me on any of my social media, that's down there as well. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching my video, and hopefully you'll check out my next one. Hello? Alright guys, but that is it. That is it for my video. Ooh, why did I have to say that twice?